Okay, the agenda of today is to work on Azure Active Directory. We have a lot of applications moving on to the cloud these days. So far, all these days, we had applications in our premise and we were easily able to integrate those applications into Active Directory using single sign-on. When we are doing single sign-on, we do not have to type the user ID and password again and again. For example, you are using SharePoint services in your office, Microsoft Exchange for email services, and several other applications where you may have to type your credentials. But since it is very tightly coupled and integrated with Active Directory, you do not have to type your credentials again and again. But now in today's world, a lot of applications have now moved on to the cloud. That means your applications are no longer in your premise. For example, Dropbox, where you would like to use Dropbox as an enterprise storage solution. You would also like to have ServiceNow for change management and incident management and other ITIL processes. Now, since these applications are out there in the cloud, you would like to have your users or employees log into those applications with one single user ID and password. Those reasons, it's important to have your on-premise Active Directory server to get synchronized to the cloud Azure directory so that the authentication can directly happen through Azure Active Directories. All the applications that are published or all the cloud-based applications that are published to the users, they must be able to do single sign-on. But the challenge is that the users are on your premise, the applications are out there in the cloud. How do we do single sign-on? It was so easy when we had applications within our premise. The solution for that is Azure Active Directory, where you can synchronize your on-premise user accounts and groups to Azure Active Directory and let those users access cloud-based applications because your users are also there in the cloud now, which is Azure Cloud. So today we will do some synchronization between on-premise Active Directory and the cloud. But the challenge that we have is that we do not have any on-premise solution to show you or do a demo of this. So what we're going to do is we will deploy a VM in Azure and assume that that is an on-premise VM or on-premise domain controller. So we'll create a VM, make that as a domain controller, and start doing synchronization between on-premise to the cloud. And the reason why we are doing this is because I cannot simulate, or we cannot simulate, an on-premise domain controller here. We'll be simply creating a VM and think that okay, that is an on-premise domain controller, and then we'll see how we can sync up between these two places. Okay, there's a whole lot of steps that we have to do, but I would really not like you to use this wizard, create virtual machines, next. You have done enough of that. Rather, we'll use something called as an ARM template, which is Azure Resource Manager template. So this script here, or rather this template, is based on JSON, which will build two domain controllers for you, also promote them as domain controllers and keep it ready, right? So you do not have to do anything manually. I think on the day one or day two, we did create VNets with it, right? We created VNets with ARM templates. Today we are creating virtual machines with ARM templates. We'll do a little bit of modification here and there in the um, Azure deployment. Exactly, great. So let's go through it one by one, step by step, and see what it says. In the first set of attributes, it says admin username. Admin username, it's giving it as AD administrator. So your administrator's name in Active Directory will be AD administrator. We can try modifying that. In the second one, which says admin password, it doesn't give any value, right? AD, okay, okay. The first parameter called as admin username has a value, a default value called as AD administrator. You're modifying something? Yeah, you can modify it to something, Sadiq.
Yeah, good, Anand. Good. I'll do that.
Okay, okay. Maybe you can type some root admin or something, or admin ADM. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Now this one doesn't have a password inbuilt inside the script, isn't it? So there is no default value here. That means when you execute this or when you call this JSON, it will give you a pop-up. Type the admin password, right? You can simply copy and paste the things, the default value colon adm dot sadik right there under admin password, and it will pick up that as a password. It will not give you a pop-up. So wherever you have default value, it will take those values. Wherever you do not have default value parameter, it will give you a pop-up. The same holds true for domain name. There is no default value, so it will give you a pop-up. DNS prefix, there is no DNS prefix value, so it will give you a pop-up. But the next one, it says if you have to RDP, what is the port number? Well, 3389. It doesn't give you a pop-up there because that is selected. Yeah, right. So let's scroll down further. There's some more. Okay, it will not accept that 3365. The maximum number of ports that we can use is from 0 to 65535. 65,000. Oh, this is accepted. Yeah, 333 and yes, this is accepted. Okay, okay, all right. So when you RDP, you have to RDP on 33899. Okay, let's scroll down. Um, yeah, so there are a lot of these attributes. Location, in which location is your artifacts are there. Let's scroll down. Okay, you want to change that? Okay.
1 minute, Anand. Yeah, there are different values, right? You need to check it.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Okay. Um, why are you typing 33899?
So for the backup domain controller, there was a different port number.
Yeah, it's
So
okay.
I have
Yeah, you
because
can.
like we would be remembering it. This would be already in the mind. So we need to have two values to be remembered. So I just given it.
Yeah, but you can always look at it. I mean, this is not one shot and done. You can always look at these values later on as well.
Okay.
You don't have to
Okay.
remember. Okay. Let's scroll down further. And it's putting that in a premium local redundant storage. The name of the DC is ADPDC. You can change the domain controller names like DC1 or something. Okay, good, good. So similarly, it's putting them behind the load balancer. The VM size is DS2 V2. Load balancer front end name is that, back end name is that. Yeah, they will then be going behind that. Um and then VNet, it's also creating a VNet, and the VNet range is 10.0.0.0/16, and then it's creating a subnet. It is 10.0.0.24. PDC network card. The network card is 10.0.0.4. For the second machine, it is creating another network card. The name is IP address is 10.0.0.5. So there's a whole lot of things it is doing. Let's save it and let's try to call this. Yeah, save it in your location. Now, all right, let's launch PowerShell. We could have directly created a VM, yeah. We could have directly created a VM and then promoted that machine as a domain controller. But we have done enough of that next things, and that's one reason why we are not following that process. Okay. Can you please import Azure modules? I think they are already imported. So let's
It is
say,
already, but yeah.
yeah, they're already imported. So new hyphen Azure RM deployment. No, let's type it in the white pane. The first one, script pane, yes, script, yeah. New hyphen Azure RM. Otherwise, you get some help here. Azure RM, get some deployment thing. No, you got two piece in deployment. It's actually a new hyphen Azure RM resource group deployment. Yeah, third one. Hyphen name. Please have it. And just give it some name like AD deploy or something. Okay, great. Space. And you need to give a resource group. In which resource group you want to put that in? Hyphen resource group. Space. Do you have a resource group already? If yes, you need to pick that name from the GUI. Click on resource groups. Resource group. On the left side, you have resource group. Top. Yeah. Okay. Got this now resource group. Let's type that in.
Is it case sensitive?
No. Okay. Great. Space hyphen location.
Mm.
No, there is no space. Yeah, type hyphen location.
So any location or the same resource group location?
Type the word location. LOC. Okay. Space. Let's make it in East US. Type East US now. Okay. Space. Now you have to type the template URI hyphen,
So I need to type template URI.
yes, hyphen template URI. It is syntaxes hyphen.
Alright.
Okay, space. Yeah. Where is your ARM template? D drive colon slash. You have to put it there.
Drive run slash users.
Awesome.
Run it.
Yes. You know what we did, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So first of all, I think I need to log in.
The parameter cannot be found that matches location. Okay, let's remove hyphen location from there. It should automatically pick up the resource group location. The whole thing. Hyphen location East US, let's remove it. Yep. That's why it's giving you a pop-up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Login.
good. Run login hyphen Azure RM, which is good. Okay. Asgar, how's it going, man? Are you following us?
Yes, Anand.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay. Now, uh, let's put the just the cursor there on the first line because you selected T, it executed T. If you put the mouse there, then it will execute the whole line. Let's now hit F8. All right. Hey, very good. Some more errors. What does it say? The domain name labelhusna.com is invalid. So it seems like this name is already picked up by some other company. I'm just checking. It's there.
There already.
It's there
Okay.
already. Yeah. It is
Okay.
downloading. Okay. All right. Is there already? Let's pick up maybe some other domain.
Hmm.
Okay. It did not take so much
Let's
time
start the page.
when we started it, right? It did not take so much time there.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to the GUI and see the progress in there. Let's click on this resource group. Click on the resource group right there. Yeah. And then on the right hand side, under overview, on the right hand side, you will see deployment. Okay. Overview on the extreme right side. Yeah, one deploying, two fail. Let's click on deploying. Yeah. And then see, VNet is deployed in 18 seconds. AD deploy is happening. Click on AD deploy, and then you will see all the events that are related with it. Scroll down, scroll down, right? Okay, there's some problem with the load balancer. I think it failed. Bad request. Click on that. Okay. To the port numbers. We're using the same port number.
Hmm.
So as expected. Inbound NAT rules because it is adding them behind the NAT.
Okay.
So you need to have different numbers there. Can we make one as 33899 and other one as 133 13899? Let's close it and see if it's continuing to deploy or what's going on. Let's close this and
Okay.
refresh it. Okay, it failed. Let's go to your PowerShell. It must be errored out right there. Okay. Can we modify it? It failed, right? Provisioning state. Let's go back
Okay.
to the script and modify it and rerun it.
Sure. That's it, right, Anand?
Um,
Only the
yeah,
port numbers.
okay. They just need to be different. That's it. Save it and let's execute it one more time. Okay. Doing good, right?
Check. What's going on?
Okay. Now, it will take 45 minutes.
Okay. Super.
Let's say error. Is there error again? Nothing, right? Error details.
Nothing.
Uh, 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 Nothing, right?
Nothing. Nothing.
So let's refresh it one more time for the last time and then we'll move on. Okay. Let's go to virtual machines and see if we got our VMs there. Is something happening there? Awesome. That's very helpful for any repeated deployments.
Sorry?
That's very helpful for any repeated deployments. If you want to
Okay.
deploy
Yeah. Yeah.
VMs and do that 20 times, so it's really helpful. Okay. Now let's go talk about Azure Active Directory. While this is building, right? While this is building, on the left hand side, let's click on Azure Active Directory. Okay. So that's how your Azure Active Directory looks like. Yeah. we must have all our users and groups synchronized right here. Okay. um, you know what, there's a, if you are actually synchronizing accenture.com, right, if you're synchronizing all your users in accenture.com or any other company, then um, you must have a domain as well here, published here. And you, by now, you know that Active Directory cannot exist without a domain name. And similarly, Azure Active Directory also cannot exist without a domain name. It gives you a default directory, and the name is given by default. On the top, you see that name, your email address is nothing but your domain name. That is a suffix of your domain name. Sorry, well, that is a prefix of your domain name. The suffix will be on Microsoft.com. You will be able to see the FQDN of your domain name by clicking on domain names. On the bottom, you have domain names. Yeah, let's click on domain names. So that is the FQDN of your domain. So any user accounts that are provisioned over here will have an email address as follows. It will be like user at domain name dot on Microsoft.com. That's how it will be. Or user2 at domain dot on Microsoft.com. So when you start sending emails to your customers with that email address, then it will really not look professional, right? It will appear as if um, you work for Microsoft or a vendor for Microsoft, right? Um, so that's why we must have our own domain names registered. So the first step that we'll do here is get our own domain names registered. So let's say you own a domain like Accenture.com or Capgemini.com or Microsoft.com, or even in this case Husnamariam.com, right? In that case, you have to go and register it here as well, right? By clicking on Add Domain Name. So we'll go ahead and click on Add Domain Name there, and then right there on the top, right, move a little bit right, not left. Yeah, that's it. Domain name, and type your name. Correct. And say add domain. So this is something then you have to go and register in your DNS. So when you go and register a domain name with GoDaddy or Big Rock or HostGator or anywhere, they will give you a DNS name as well, right? So you have to go and create either a DNS record, or you have to create an MX record, a TXT record over there, and it will take about 24 hours to 48 hours to verify. Right? Got it, right? What I was saying?
I got it.
Okay. Great. So let's go back, but since now we cannot, go and do this verification because we do not own that domain, we'll not be able to verify it. Number two, we'll not be able to create users as user1 at domain.com, right? Okay, let's go back to Azure Active Directory. Okay, and you can start creating users as well. So just like the way you have a domain admin account, right? You have a domain admin account. You must have a domain admin account here as well, right? You do. Click on users and groups. Click on users and groups, and then all users on the left hand side. Then you will see one user account, which is your username. That is a root account. You can create multiple users as well and make them global admins. Global admins are nothing but domain admins here. Click on new users on the top, then give it a name. and the username must be username at domain.com, exactly same as uh, like a UPN. The domain.com is yes, yes.
So we need to give .com as well.
Outlook, Usna Miriam Outlook dot on Microsoft.com. Awesome. What is error? Invalid character.
Invalid.
Can you remove at from there? Did I say at? Maybe dot. There cannot be two ats in email address. Awesome. Alright. So in the directory roles section, you can just leave your first name, last name as a very baby thing. The directory role section, you want to fill it? Okay.
Directory roles.
Uh-huh. Make him, yeah, you say okay. Make him a global administrator. He then becomes a domain administrator. Okay. Now you can click on create, but you will not know the password, right? So click on show password and copy it. Copy that. And then create. Okay. Should we try to log in with this user account? We'll reset the password of this guy, okay? Can you put that in the
Okay.
notepad or somewhere? Notepad?
Yes.
Okay.
So on which one to log in?
I actually let's keep the login for a later part because I want to show you an error. Right.
Okay.
Okay. Let's click on Azure AD Connect. On the left hand side, you see Azure AD Connect, and it should actually give you a tool to let you download. Earlier, there was a tool here to download, but now you do not have that tool, right? So that is a tool which you have to install on the domain controller.
Okay.
Okay, let's go back to the domain controller and see what we got, what's going on there. Virtual machines. Okay, they are running. Great. Let's RDP. Let's RDP to that. And keep in mind that you cannot RDP on a regular port. You have a different port number, right? 3389, 32899 or something. Okay.
One of you seems in the workshop.
Asgar, one more time, please.
It seems like one of you sitting in a workshop somewhere.
Okay.
Somebody's cooking.
Yeah, Sadik is sitting in a workshop.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
There's a pani puri bandi beneath it. So
Okay. Let's click on HYD PDC RDP. Let's click on that and see what happens. Okay. Awesome. More choices.
we need to use the complete one, right?
No, this is the username that you gave during the VM creation.
VM creation.
Okay. Let's download the tool from here. Okay, it will be much faster. We have to download and install the tool here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's.
But the thing is, Anand, like I have changed the port number, but it's not asking for the port number here, right?
Okay. Minimize it. Let's see. Minimize it. And on the left side, let's go to load balancers because your VMs, both of these domain controllers are behind the load balancer. On the extreme left side, where you have the service offerings, yeah, let's click on load balancer here. One LB is created, click on it, and then scroll down to the bottom till that point you see NAT rules, inbound NAT rules. Click on that, and then here your PDC is 3899, whereas the other machine is 13899.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
RDP. Okay, can you click on local server? We just want to launch IE, go to Google and download a tool. But before that, I'm disabling IE security because otherwise it will
Okay.
just keep on giving you pop-ups. So IE enhanced security is on. Click on that and set up off. Click on off for both of these options. Yeah, let's click OK. There's the only reason why we are doing. Why is that restarting? Okay, maybe it's finishing off the promotion process, DC promotion process.
Okay.
You downloaded everything. Wow. Welcome, Rajesh. Welcome, Rajesh. We are trying to do some experiments with Active Directory on Azure Active Directory and trying to synchronize all our on-premise user accounts to Active Directory. Have you heard of or worked on Active Directory, Rajesh? Sometime? Rajesh, have you heard of Active Directory any time in your life or maybe worked on AD? That way, this will become very easy for you. Oh, okay, great, great. Nice. Once we are all set, Sadik, let's go ahead and create a few user accounts, okay? Just maybe three or four user
Okay.
accounts there. And Those three accounts will synchronize to Azure Active Directory and see how that works.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Navish. So now that you are here, you should be able to see enterprise applications and app registrations. Now click on enterprise applications. You'll be able to see all the cloud-based applications right here. You know, click on new application, right? You see all those. So it's a marketplace. It's a market yard for all the applications. If you want to use any application based on these categories, then it's all out here. Like ServiceNow is here, Box is here, Dropbox is here, the AirWatch is here, mobile MDM. So you don't have to install anything. All of these are software as services. All you have to just click on it and install it and uh, push respective applications to the users. You can do group based deployment and user based deployment. Nice. Let's pick a few users here. Let's create an OU first, and inside the OU, let's make users.
3 users enough? Anand?
I was talking on mute. I was saying you're forgetting yourself.
I'm a global admin already.
Oh wow. Okay. Under the able administration of Sadiq, 3 users were created. So let's go to the browser and download this tool called as AD Connect. But I think let's go and check if you have the IE disabled, IE security, because I think right at the time you're about to click OK, the server got rebooted. Okay, great, yours is off.
To download?
Yeah, let's go to google.com and let's say download AD Connect.
Uh,
Good that we disabled IE security, otherwise by this time it would have given 20 pop-ups.
oh.
Yeah. In production, you do not install it on a domain controller, yeah? You install it on a member server.
Okay. Can I run it?
Yes. Okay. Now, our objective is to synchronize the user accounts that are here on your premise to the cloud. That means you should
Right.
give permissions as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's check that and say continue. So there must be some permissions it should be asking. Yeah. Use express settings. See? Just type your AD credentials. Credentials of somebody who is a global admin. You cannot type your root admin account here. You must be typing your global admin.
So we need to give the complete at Microsoft.
Yes, on Microsoft.com. Yes. That was not the password, right? The password was something that you copied into your clipboard
Oh, yeah.
in the notepad. Now see, the password is expired. Update your password and try again. Right?
Mm.
Let's do it. Minimize it. Minimize the whole server. And open this browser in incognito mode.
What is that?
Yeah. Incognito mode. Control Shift N. And then go to myapps.microsoft.com. You know why we are doing this? We are doing this because even if you go back and change the password, it will still ask you to change the password 100 times. Even if you go through the portal and do it 100 times, it will ask you to change the password. But till the
Okay.
time the global admin logs in by himself and changes the password, it is not considered as password change. You as an administrator is logging into portal.azure.com and changing someone's password, and that is not compliant at all, right? Because the administrator now knows the password. Now this administrator here, adm.emad, is logging in, and that appears as an actual user, right?
Yeah, it's simply like we do in AD, reset the password
Correct.
in next logon.
Correct. Right. Is in our system. Outlook. You're missing Outlook. Usna Mariam Outlook.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Tab. Okay. Paste it. Paste the password. Sign in. Now it should force you to change the password. Okay. Awesome. We have seen that password too many times.
That's the reason our company is getting hit by my ransomware. I got to know now.
The P at SSW0RD 1234 exclamation. Okay. Let's go back to the RDP and put that password there. New password. Amazing. Now type the domain admin credentials. This is domain slash username. This is the credentials you use to log into this machine.
Mm.
Sadik, too many things to remember, right? What is the RPM of your brain now? 20,000? We did not verify this domain, so that's why it is saying, hey, in your account, this domain is not verified, you don't own it. How can you sync it, right? Well, we don't care. You can just check the box, continue without any verified domains, and then say next.
Okay.
Install. And you see the checkbox. If you do not want to synchronize, you can uncheck that box. That's it.
Okay.
Done. So the user accounts of the three famous people that you created in Azure Active Directory, you will see them synchronized to your Azure Active Directory. it should be there in yeah. Once this is done, so we'll stop the class as soon as you see user accounts in your portal, and tomorrow we'll continue Azure Active Directory to know more about how do you push applications to users, um, what is multi-factor authentication and how do you set up multi-factor authentication, how do you do role-based access controls. For example, Rajesh is a user who continuously creates virtual machines in Azure portal, and I want to give him permissions to just create virtual machines and nothing else. How that can be done, so is identity and access management or role-based access controls, how do we do that, and more about Azure Active Directory, controlling sign-ins, single sign-on, etc. But now once this is complete, you should be able to see the user accounts in the portal. Okay, you already see some of them. So OD, okay, synchronization account. Can you click on all users on the left hand side, please? Right, so that is a synchronization account that automatically gets created like a service account.
But the users what we have created is not yet synced.
Yes, it is not synced. I agree with you. It should be there in some time.
Okay. It's just like a sync not enabled. We have to click something on this.
It's still provisioning it, right? So still doing it. Refresh the page, and uh, that's all we could do. Let's go back to the VM and see what it is saying. No, I mean here on the RDP, it says it's done. Okay. What's the icon on the task manager there? Task, yeah, taskbar. No, on the right side. Yes. Okay.
So it asks me to exit. So I've already exited it.
Oh, you exited. This is okay. What is
Yeah.
this? This is.
This is a new one. Like I mean, like it is just pinned into the taskbar.
Okay, let's close it then. We don't need it if we don't need it. Okay. And let's go to Azure Active Directory and refresh the page. Okay, F5. Nothing else, right? Users and groups. Let's click on users and groups. We just have to wait and watch. That's it now. We're done with the configuration.
Yeah, we got it.
Oh, awesome. There's Rajesh, there's Asgar, and there's myself. Okay. What do you see in the sync settings now? Overview.
Yeah, it's enabled. Yeah, it's
Okay.
enabled.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Now tomorrow we'll see how we can publish applications to the users. Um, how can we do branding for these users? Multi-factor authentication, and rest of the options that we have in Azure AD. Okay. I hope this is clear. All of this, the whole process.
Yes.
When you create new user accounts in Active Directory, right? When you create new user accounts, they will be synchronized in about 30 minutes. So there is a service running on the domain controller now that syncs the accounts every 30 minutes. So Sadik, let's not delete the domain controller. You can shut it down. Tomorrow we may need it for doing rest of the labs. Okay, you can just
Okay.
maybe deallocate it from the console.
Sure.
Shutting
Yeah,
down
yeah, I'll
from
do it.
here, does not stop the billing. If you shut down from the console, that stops the billing.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you, Sadik, for
Thanks. Thanks, Anand.
being and helping us do the labs. uh, Thanks, Rajesh. I will have the video uploaded in about 30 minutes. Thanks, Asgar.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Thanks. See ya.
Thank you. Bye.